ICD-10 CM JJ-10B Guidelines, page 049, part 9. Can you read that?
Okay. Oh, fine. My turn. 5. Seventh characters.
7 characters, right? The structure is the characters from 1 through 7. So we're gonna study a little bit about the characteristics of the 7th character, okay? So certain ICD-10 CM categories have applicable 7 characters.
The applicable 7th character is required for all codes within the category, or as the notes in the tabular list instruct.
Right. You read at the beginning of the category the notes, and there's usually like a table there, right? Usually in pink, I think, right?
Yes.
And it's telling you that you need a 7th character for certain conditions in this specific code. The 7th character must always be the 7th character in the data field, okay?
Yes. If a code that requires a 7th character is not 6 characters, a placeholder X must be used to fill in the empty characters.
Right. If you have a code, for instance, that requires a 7th character, but the code is only 5 characters, you can use the 7th character as the 6. You have to use it as the 7. So in the 6, you just put an X, which means that's a placeholder. A placeholder so we can reach the 7th character, which is what we need, okay? So, and then we have examples here of the 7th character. For instance, the 7th character for a fracture, okay? In the 7th character, you put A if it's an initial encounter for the fracture, okay? If it's D, it is a subsequent encounter for fracture with routine healing. And so for the G, K, P, S, those are the other valid 7 characters for this condition. 7th character for a fracture, okay? All right, this is our theory for today. Now we're gonna do a little exercise. Ready, set, go. Okay, ICD-10 JJ-10A, page 364, exercise 17, and this is a level 2 exercise, and it reads like this.
Term birth. Living male, cesarean delivery, with hemolytic disease due to ABO isoimmunization.
This is a term birth, means that it went through the complete term, the 9 months. It's a living male, and the delivery was done by cesarean operation, cesarean delivery, right? But there's a problem with the baby, with the newborn. He has hemolytic disease due to ABO isoimmunization. And if you are wondering what ABO is just the typing of the blood. Type A, type B, type AB, or type O. That's they call it ABO. Okay? So this is our diagnosis. And now we're going to count to 3, so you can pause the video and give us the ICD-10 code for this diagnosis. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the answer is Z38.01 and P55.1. You got that? If you got it, congratulations. This is a kind of a difficult coding exercise, but if you got it, you're doing very well. If you didn't get it, don't worry. We will give you a couple of tips. Okay, the first tip is that it's at level 2 difficulty. Why?
Because there are 2 codes.
There are 2 codes. You need a code for the regular birth, and since the baby has a condition at birth, you need a second code to explain the condition at birth, okay? So for the first code.
The first code?
Oh, yeah. So you
right.
start with?
And number 2. This is number 2.
Is the tip number 2 how to find the first code?
All right. Start with newborn born in hospital for the first code.
Okay. Although the problem doesn't tell us specifically that the baby was born in a hospital, but remember we're using ICD-10 CM, which is for using hospitals. So when you go to newborn, there's a category born in hospital, right? Even though you don't have in the text, you go there. And if you're not satisfied with that, you're gonna find that in the tabular, it says born in hospital or any other birthing facility. The only thing that is not considered here is if it was born at home or not a birthing facility. But if it's a medical place where people go to be treated, to be taken care of, this code is good. Okay, now for the second code, you go to
disease, hemolytic.
You start with disease, right? The general term of disease, and then you go to hemolytic, okay?
Right.
Now, a little more explanation of what ABO is. ABO incompatibility is a common and generally mild type of hemolytic disease in babies.
The term hemolytic disease means that red blood cells are broken down more quickly than usual, which can cause jaundice, anemia, and in very severe cases that can cause death.
Okay, so this is a little more explanation of what you're coding, okay? But now you already know the answer. The answer is C38.01 and P55.1. But now we're gonna count to 3 so you can stop the video and give us the path to the answer, how we got to the answer, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the summary of the whole problem. The diagnosis is a term birth, live male cesarean delivery. That's the first code. And the second code is with hemolytic disease due to ABO isoimmunization. There are 2 codes. The code 1 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to newborn.
Go to newborn.
Then you go to born in a hospital.
Born in a hospital.
Then you go to by cesarean.
By cesarean, because the delivery is by cesarean operation, and you get a code there that is
Z38.01.
Z38.01. Now we're going to check this code in the tabular, okay? You always check in the tabular. So the code 1 through the tabular is found like this.
Z38.
You go to the tabular section, right?
Yes.
And then you start with?
Oh, right. You start with T, tabular.
You go to the tabular and then you start with C38, right? The first 3 characters.
Yes.
And what is that?
And you go to...
No, read the definition of Z38.
Yes. Live-born infants according to place of birth and type of delivery.
Place of birth and type of delivery, okay? So this is how they're classified. Now, you add a 0 for what?
For single live-born infant.
Single live-born infant in a hospital?
Or other.
Or other birthing facility, right?
Yes.
And then the type of delivery is the next one. C38.01.
Delivered by cesarean.
Delivered by cesarean, okay? So the equal sign at the end means that we have double-checked the first code. So the first code is Z38.01. But the baby is born with some condition. So we have to express the condition by a second code. So the code number 2 is found like this. The code number 2 through the index is found like this.
First you go to index.
Go to the index.
Then you go to disease.
You start with disease because it's a hemolytic disease, so you start with disease.
Then you go to hemolytic.
Then you go to hemolytic, and then you go to?
Due to or with.
Due to or with, okay? There's several conditions why there's a hemolytic disease. And we find that?
We find ABO, that's blood group, which is...
ABO, right? ABO blood group. That is our condition. That's the condition that our baby has, right?
Right.
And what code will we have next to it?
P55.1.
So that's the code that we get from the index. Now we're going to check this code in the tabular. So the code 2, or the second code through the tabular is found like this.
First you go to tabular.
Go to the tabular.
Then you go to see the first 3 characters. P55.
You start with the first 3 characters, P55, that you got from the index, P55, and what is that?
Hemolytic disease of newborn.
Hemolytic disease of newborn, which is exactly what we want. And now we're going to choose from that list, or from those subcategories, which one?
P55.1.
Point 1. And what is that? What is the description?
ABO isoimmunization of newborn.
Which is exactly the text in our problem, right? ABO isoimmunization of newborn. So that's why there's an equal sign at the end, and that means that we have double-checked the second answer. So again, the answer is 2 codes, Z38.01 and P55.1. Okay, so thanks for watching, and don't forget to visit our website, and also
you can subscribe to us in YouTube by clicking here for our new medical coding videos.
All right, in the subscribe button, you just click there, and then what do we get?
You will get up to 3 videos every day that we make. ICD-10s, CPTs, all that is needed to pass the medical coding certification exams.
Okay, so don't forget to visit our website and subscribe to our videos. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.